Hi guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So as you all know, I sometimes do VRChat avatar reviews where I basically talk about the avatar, either a new avatar that just dropped out or an old avatar that was around, and I'm just kind of piecing the video together and talking about it. So today we're going to be talking about a base that you might know or everyone knows. It is called Rexouium, aka the Rex for short. This avatar has been around for quite some time now, and it is one of, if not the most popular VRChat base. So today we're going to be talking about it, as well as say some interesting stuff about it along the way. Two things before we start with today's video. First, sorry for not being as active these past few days. I've been kind of working on my room, which now looks pretty much good and good to go. So I've been kind of busy with that, along with some other in real life stuff. But I'm back and I should be ready to go continue and upload again. The second thing, if you hear any background noise or any music in my microphone, I apologize for that. There's a huge concert going on like right outside the building where I am in the park. So if you hear it every now and then, I do apologize, but I have everything closed and they're still loud, so yeah. But it is a nice day outside, so how about we go out and talk about the Rexouium along the way? Let's go. So out of all the avatars, why specifically are we reviewing a Rexouium? Reviewing Rexouium is like reviewing water. Well, as most of you already know, Rexouium is a popular VRChat base. Even though it's been out for a while now and there has been so many avatars that came out of VRChat, but in different varieties, are they realistic or cartoony, why is the Rexouium still one of the most popular VRChat avatar bases? Why I think is because I believe that a lot of people like the Rexouium because there's a lot of clothing made for it. Meaning that basically if you purchase the avatar yourself, you have a lot of different options to choose from. With most standard avatars, if you buy the avatar and then you go to search the clothing for it, you're going to be left disappointed because there's not many clothing around for it. And because Rexouium has been out for a while now, people have had that time to basically make all these different clothing. Meaning that once you get the Rexouium, you can personalize it a lot easier because of all the clothing. As well as I believe that since most people know the Rexouiums are popular, they themselves choose a Rexouium because I feel like they are going to connect to more people and they're going to relate much more or much easier to the person that's also using the base. Even though the base is nothing special in my opinion, I still can understand if people do want to, be around people that are the same avatar and have different clothing and a lot of options. Basically, options are endless when it comes to clothing. But that, of course, is not the best thing about the Rexouium. Of course, the best thing about the Rexouium is its full body tracking. If you're a user of full body tracking, and if you used most of your chat avatars, you might have noticed the Rexouium pulls off full body tracking pretty good. Basically because of its humanoid proportions and the body and the way it was set up, the Rexouium works flawlessly with full body. And I do believe that is one of the biggest reasons why most people still use it, even though that's the avatar that they do not prefer themselves. As well as it's just really easy to work with. I have personally made so many different Rexouiums and different edits, and I do have to say that how it works in Unity and how it works in Substance Painter, it's really good. It's just really nice to work with and to just sit down and get through the entire thing to customize it entirely without, of course, running into too many issues. Of course, there's issues here and there with like every avatar, but I just feel like they're a little bit more or less with the Rexouium. It's not all sunshines and rainbows because when you do get to the Rexouium by standard, it's already poor and very poor. So meaning that you have to optimize it before you can get into adding clothing to it. However, if that's not an issue that you care about, then of course it doesn't matter to you. But optimization is nice, at least to get it down to poor or medium if you can. One also theory why I think that the base is popular is because there's a lot of public avatars out there of it, meaning that people basically edit these special Rexouiums and then they basically publish them. Of course, make them quest compatible as well, and that just brings in more curious people and interested people. So I do see it that because there are so many popular bases out there, I think that this is also one of the reasons why the avatar is so popular. But even though the avatar is very popular and still used by so many people, why is there still a group of people that just hate the avatar and that they just don't like to use it at all? Let's get into that right now. Cappuccino, please? Oh, right, the video. So even though that the avatar is very popular, there's two big reasons on why people still hate on it, or well, why they don't use it. That being two things. One, it's because of the avatar creator, and two, it's because of its uniqueness, to say it like that. Why is that? Well, you have to understand that when the Rexouium community first started and kind of popularized, people didn't seem to agree with all the stuff that the owner of the Rexouiums, basically his visions and his mindset, people just did not agree with him overall. And you have to understand that this is a lot of personal stuff, so I'm not going to get into most of these things because it is kind of a drama themed. I'm pretty sure you can find someone who can tell you the history of that, because I'm not going to be covering that because I do not want to disagree with anyone, nor am I attacking anyone. Everyone has their own thing, and you just have to understand that, and a lot of people did not agree with them, so that is why they purely don't like the base because of how the person is. But what about the uniqueness? The reason why, and many others in that matter, is that your Rexouiums are simply not unique. If you look around, or if you've been around for long enough, you will see that most Rexouiums just feel like a copy-paste. Sure, people have customized them and have changed their textures, but I just still feel like there is no uniqueness whatsoever. It is just one different color, maybe a little bit different styling, and the avatar just seems kind of bland, to say like that. With so many different avatars out there, you can just stick out and you can be different. But if that is not your thing, then I completely understand, and Rexouium is still a great avatar. However, the main reason why I personally do not like it is because it is just copy-paste. I like to be unique, I like to stick out, and so Rexouium just doesn't feel complete for that. There are some models, however, that I have seen that people basically textured that I can get behind, and it looks completely different than the original base, and in that case I do like it. It's really great. However, you don't really see that a lot, and especially with Jexes. If you don't know what Jexes are, it is basically a whole different community of itself that is connected with the Rexouium base. They just have their own textures, and if you have those textures made by a specific person, then you can get into that community. I personally don't like those, but again, it's because I like to be unique, and the style that they do and the focus that they're going for is really not my thing. But hey, if you're happy with your design and if you're happy with your avatar, that's what matters. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy on the internet. Apart from having good body tracking and amazing plethora of clothing, the Rexouium has really nice expressions. I mean, I have to say that these expressions are really good compared to the rest of today's avatar that we get. I just feel like some avatars don't pull off expressions right, and the Rexes, I would say, is the second best avatar that has really amazing expressions. If you're curious to know what the first avatar expressions-wise is the best, I would say it's the Shiba, made by Pikapidi. If you would want me to cover a video on that avatar, do let me know, because I do love Shibas, and I have used them before actually for at least 2 years, so let me know. But anyway, Rexouium has really nice expressions, and I have to say that they just pull it off right. I mean, if you want to look angry, you can look angry. If you want to look goofy, you can look goofy. If you want to look serious, you can. I mean, this avatar just pulls off all the expressions quite right, and I do have to say as well, especially for the index controllers, it just feels overall smooth and very good. But out of all the things we talked about the Rexouium in this video, what species are the Rexouiums? This is one of the most difficult questions to answer, believe it or not, because there's always going to be two sides to this answer. Some people say that it's a fox, while the others people disagree and say that it's either a hedgehog or some kind of fictional animal. The creator himself did state on his Discord what the species is. If you want to, you can read the whole lore, because there is a whole lore about this avatar. As you already know, there's two versions of the Rexouium, one being with the fox tail and with basically custom hair and no spikes, the other being with its unique tail and its unique spikes. I do prefer this version though, because it just looks more unique and it pushes that uniqueness even more. But with the fox one, I believe that, I guess, if you put the tail, like the fluffy tail, and if you remove the hair and you put your own custom hair, if you texture well enough, yeah, you can pull it off to being a fox. But with its just pokey ears and just very specific head shape, I just cannot see it as a fox. I just see this avatar as a hedgehog, even though officially it's not a hedgehog. I just don't think that people are going to settle on one simple answer. So that would pretty much do it for the Rexouium. It is a really interesting avatar, and even though it's been around for a long time, it still has updates and all custom clothing coming to it. I mean, you have to understand that there are so many creators out there that do amazing work for the Rexouium, and even though it's still a popular base and outdated, as in like it's really old, people still do updates for it and make clothing for it, which is another speculation of maybe why is it still popular. I do like to work on it, and you've seen my custom stuff that I do for it. It's really great. The avatar overall is great, and I appreciate it. Thank you to the creator for making it. I'd say it's really good, but at the end of the day, I just don't see myself using it. And I would say out of all the things that it has for it, I do have to agree that the face expressions are great and it works flawlessly in full body. You let me know what you think of this avatar. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or do you think coming back to it ever again? Or do you hate it? And if you hate it, why do you hate it? Do you have your specific reason? Let me know down in the comments, as I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. But as always, click here if you want to check out some of my other videos that I have created, and click here if you want to stick with the channel and keep up with all the videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.